All right, let's see. Let's see if this is live, guys. Give me 2 seconds, man. I'm going to confirm whether we are live or not. I've been having slight technical difficulties here tonight, man, so I'm not 100% sure if we're live. I'm going to wait a few moments to confirm. I believe we are live right now. I believe we are. Give me a second, guys. I think we're live right now. I hope we are live right now. I believe we are. So give me 2 seconds, man. We're gonna make sure. But what's up, everybody? I want to welcome everybody, man, who's in here. If you are here, let me text a few people. All right, guys. So crazy technical difficulties. Let's see if we have anybody in here. Okay, looks like we do. So what's up, everybody? I'm glad you guys are here. Weird stuff happening tonight, man. I believe the link even changed. Let me confirm that, guys. So again, bear with me for 2 seconds, man. I don't know what was happening. I was trying to get this thing to stream, and it kept telling me that it wasn't streaming. And I checked in with Tony and Kenyon, and they was advised me that it wasn't streaming, but I think it actually changed the link on us. So if it did, I just need to grab this new link, man, and send it out to a few special people, man. Let me see if, in fact, it is the same link or not. Don't think it is. I don't think it's the same link as before. So, 2 seconds. 2 seconds, guys. Let me switch this up. Give me a hot second, man. I got to share it out with those who had the other link. But how's everybody doing, man? I hope everybody's well. In the meantime, I'll let you guys know exactly what we're going to be covering tonight. You guys know the pregame show. It's in and out. It's very quick. You know, we kind of talk about the keys to victory. We also assess and you know, kind of go over the current injuries and things like that. Who will play, who won't play. And I'll lean over to the chat to see what you guys got. And then we'll be out of here. All right, you guys know how that works. And that's how we'll do that. All right, so again, give me 2 seconds, man. It looks like the link did change. So let me grab the link. Let me grab the link for a few people that I sent it to earlier, man. I want to apologize to them. But hey, man, technology sometimes does that, right? Very strange. I mean, for whatever reason, I was streaming. It was live and everything, but nobody could see it. So I don't know what that was about. So let me send it to my father-in-law, Leonard. Big cousin, Floyd. And my other brother-in-law, Jamar. And we'll get to rolling. But how's everybody tonight, man? Everybody well? Hope everybody is well. And I'm going to send it to Tony and Kenyon as well, just to make sure they got the updated link. All right, y'all know the routine, man. Let's jump in. Let's jump in and say hello to the early viewers. Again, you know, I apologize for all of the rigmarole, if you will. But we're live and we're on now, so let's go ahead and get it. Let me see who we got here, man. Who are some of the early viewers? Let me get over to the comments. Gotta say what's up to. Who's the first one? There we go, Caleb302. He says, hey, it's working. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate you guys sticking in there, hanging in there with me. Solarverse, Vista Light, Wide Diggy, Steelers Cards, Knight Rider. Hello, Miss Odessa. How you doing this evening? I hope you're well. Keith R. Brian Kennerly. JJ Walker. Garen Williamson. Brian, I already said his name, I believe, but what's up again, Brian? How you doing? Who else? Hello, Miss Lanisha. How you doing this evening? Gotta give the proper hello to the ladies in the chat, guys. Make sure you always do that. Maurice Ware, my brother Tony. Who else? Really quick before we dive in. I think that's about it. What's up, Drew? And Aaron Wells. How's everybody doing? So let's get into it. My wife just texted me and she asked me whether or not it working. Is it working? So she's I'm gonna write back to her really quick and say yes. All right, so let me let her know. and then I will be on with you guys. All right. Y'all seeing me working real time here, man. No shame in mine. So, first up, let's look at the notes. First thing we definitely got to talk about, folks, is the injury report. So we'll talk about some of the guys, man, that you may have had a concern with that showed up on the injury list, even though some of these guys may not have been injured. Just to read those names, and then we'll talk about those who won't be playing. So, of course, Ben Roethlisberger, man, he didn't participate at some point in the week. Y'all know, not injury related. It was personal, what have you. He was a full on Friday. Deontay Johnson is full, so that is great. Sounds like Deontay Johnson will get a helmet. He'll be back in the fold, so that's good to hear as well, because as many weapons as you have, the more the better, right? Juju Smith-Schuster, he's been nursing the knee. He was full. Mike Hilton did not practice. Derek Watt did not practice. Marquise Pouncey practiced. David DeCastro practiced as well. He's still dealing with his abdomen injury. And then Stephon Tuitt popped up on there as well. It says not injury related, so he was full on yesterday. Now, what is very important as far as who's playing? Again, I already talked about Deontay Johnson, so that's great. But look who's not playing, guys. Already ruled out. Derek Watt and Mike Hilton. Now, let's talk about Mike Hilton really quick. It is basically what we're hearing is that Cam Sutton will be taking Mike Hilton's role. Now, some people might say, well, good. He's the better cover man. We all feel like that. We felt like Cam Sutton has done a better job in coverage. And, he tackles fairly well as well, from what I remember. A very technical tackler, if you will. However, he's not Mike Hilton, in my opinion, in the run game. And we haven't had to see Cam Sutton do that. So Mike Hilton, to me, gives you a different dimension against a Tennessee Titans team, right? Because Tennessee likes to run the football. And even when they have, X amount of receiving personnel on the field, you would rather have Mike Hilton out there as your nickel guy if you're going to play nickel. I don't expect us to play too much dime in this game. We might, but I don't expect it. You would want Mike Hilton to be out there because, again, he helps in the run game. Again, this is a guy that we use to blitz off the edge. Not saying that Cam Sutton can't do it, but we've been very successful for the most part with with Mike Hilton doing that. That is a huge piece. Again, remember, guys, not only just the blitzing, but Mike Hilton is a very, solid tackler. And I know we're going to say, well, who's going to tackle a Derrick Henry, at his size? But again, Mike Hilton would probably do a fairly decent job in open field because he'll go low and wrap the legs. But I'm just saying, man, this is going to be tougher than we expect, with not having Mike Hilton. Hopefully Cam Sutton can come in and fill that void. But speaking of that, I definitely want to talk about what are we going to do defensively against the Titans. Of course, like I said earlier this week, we could pretty much follow the same blueprint that I've been laying out the last couple weeks because we're pretty much facing the same challenges. We're facing a team that can run the football and that one guy who is a monster once he has the ball in his hand. They work off of play action a lot. They have a quarterback who is mobile, can move and get out of the pocket if necessary. So it's just like the game plan we would have had facing off against Cleveland. The only difference is, I think the Tennessee Titans are a more physical team, right? And here's the key. The Titans also run a lot of 2 tight end sets. A lot of them. I can't remember the kid's name now. I think it's number 86. And then, of course, they got Jonnu Smith. They run a lot of double tight end sets. A lot of that. Even when they're in bunch, and they will bunch quite a bit, but even with the bunch, they're including one of the tight ends in that, in that particular formation, which means you're going to have to try to match that personnel. So Howard still is going to do it. Again, you probably don't want as many DBs out there because when it's a 2 tight end set, there is a huge threat for run and pass. But you have bigger bodies out there offensively. So a lot of times when, teams run that type of personnel, the defense is going to come up with a more of a bulky set. We might even sometimes, come out in a base. Or If we have nickel on the field, I'm sure it's going to include both linebackers, which, we've been doing that anyway. But then you're putting Cam Sutton out there as being that third linebacker, if you will, where, again, how we use Michael Hilton, we usually blitz him. We usually keep him close to the box sometimes when we think there's going to be a run, when we're in nickel. So are we going to get that same production out of Cam Sutton? But that is a very key component to pay attention to in this game, because I want to know how the Steelers plan to match the personnel. Are we going to do more nickel, or are we going to stay in base? And, who's going to be the bigger body? Or we're going to try to get more girth out there because there's two tight ends. So this is going to be an interesting matchup, man. What the Titans do very well, obviously, like I said, they can run the football. But, and this is self-explanatory, but after watching film, they build everything off of that run. Their play action is definitely and again, this could be self-explanatory. You could say this about most teams, but they depend on the run game to get the play action going. Tannehill doesn't appear to be the type of guy that's just gonna, line up and shotgun 100 times a game and just sling it. No, his deep shots usually come from the run. His deep shots usually come from play action or, a blown coverage. But he's not the guy that's going to stand back there and just be looking to pass all across the yard. Even though his numbers look very well. Let me say it like this too. This is not the same Ryan Tannehill that was in Miami. At least he's not playing like that. He's been fairly careful with the football. He's produced big-time yardage. And, he's earning that money this year. He's just not the guy that we saw in the playoffs having 150-yard passing games. Nah. Tannehill is putting up he's putting some things up, man. So what we're definitely going to have to do, listen, again, stop the run. Stop the run. But it's a lot easier said than done, because I'm going to show you a couple plays here, man, in the footage, and you guys are going to say, wow, the Titans do they have a lot of plays where they run a backside block, with the tight end, where the tight end will cross the formation. It's kind of like, split zone type of stuff, where it's kind of like a backside wham. And I'm going to show you guys that. And I feel like if we can get a read on that and we study the film and we can stay disciplined and play sound gap control, we should be able to at least minimize his impact. I'm not going to say we're going to stop him, but we can at least minimize the impact, man, and the damage done. But I'm going to show you a couple plays here in a moment. Also, what I wanted to talk about, where can we attack them? I think they're successful, they're a little suspect in the secondary. Malcolm Butler, we know what he is. But there's a couple other guys out there, man. They're not bums, but, they can be had. Deshaun Watson had his way with some deep shots. Fuller was able to get behind some guys. So I think from what I saw, we match up very well with them, offensively versus their defense. I think we have some key matchups. Chase Claypool, I think, is going to have a nice matchup. I think Juju may have a nice matchup in this game. And James Washington for sure. But again, who could be the X factor in this game, man, depending on how we run it, could be a guy like Deontay Johnson because of his route running ability. So I definitely think we got some nice matchups out there. I would want to continue to work the tight end as well, man. I think Ebron will have a chance because, and it's funny because this is a guy that could have ended up with the Steelers, right? But Rashaan Evans isn't the best cover guy. I forget who their other linebacker is, number 55. But those guys they're not the coverage linebackers as well. So I think, we could get some matchups going there with the tight end. Maybe if we can get McFarland out the backfield on an angle route or something like that. We have some favorable matchups on offense. Okay, we have some weapons. If we can keep Ben upright, and watch out for Harold Landry and guys like that, keep Ben upright, give him time. I think Ben will be able to, take his shots and pick at this defense a little bit. Because again, they're giving up some points. It's not like you can't move the ball on these guys. They gave up 30 to the Texans. So again, it's hard to compare team for team. Like I don't do that. I'm not the type of guy that tries to say, oh well, if they did put up 30, then we should be able to put up. Not necessarily. Every matchup is different, and for them that is that's basically an opponent that they're very familiar with being in their division. So you can't go apples to apples there. But even with that said, we have opportunities. I think a lot of great opportunities, man, against that defense. So again, very simple plan in my opinion. If we can make Tannehill one-dimensional, because I even saw in that game as well, he has some overthrow capability. He might throw you a pick. He might try to take a chance. So I think we have some opportunities there as well if we can be sound. Taylor Lewan is not playing in this game. A torn ACL, unfortunately. Of course, we're dealing with the same thing with Devin Bush, but that could be huge. That could be very huge. A guy like Bud might be able to have his way in this game, and TJ Eaton on the other side. So listen, I don't want to be the Steeler homer, but looking at how we've been playing, I think we have the defense that can definitely inflict some pressure on Tannehill. And if our front can continue to play very sound, because it's going to be about gap control in this game, man, because also the Titans do a lot of zone running as well, zone blocking. So we're going to have to be very disciplined, man, and stay in your gaps, make your tackles, more than one man to the tackle, and get Derrick Henry down, contain him. If we can hold this guy under 100 yards and make it a situation where Tannehill is going to have to pass more than they want to, I think we can play with the Titans. All right. I can't call who's going to win this one. I really can't. We're going to Tennessee. I can't call who's going to win this one. Got to be honest with you. Most of the time I'm here saying, I think it's going to be a lot. I don't know. The Steelers are proving themselves to look like a better team than maybe I expected. So I'm not going to sit here and say this could be a loss. I think if we play clean and do what we're supposed to, I don't think it's impossible for us to come out with a victory. So we'll see how it shakes out. But let me show you guys something really quick, man, because this show is almost over. Y'all know this is the quick in and out show. Let me show you guys a couple pieces of film here. Let me see, do I have it up? Yep, there it is. Couple plays I want to highlight, man. Let's go to the first quarter. 5 minutes and 26 seconds left in that quarter. Let me get to it here. Man, let me show you guys what I'm talking about as far as that block and the way they utilize it. What I got here, 5:26. All right, right here. We'll look at it in regular speed first. As you see, Jonnu Smith going in motion. And watch what's going to happen here. See that backside block? And springs Derrick Henry for a nice, healthy gain. Let's back it up and put it on slow-mo. They do this quite often, folks. Quite often. All right? Now, this time they had Jonnu Smith come in motion. See, he started on the right side. Then here he is going to come in motion. Lines up here. And watch what happens. Watch how this play develops. He's going to crack down. Check it out. Boom. Right? Here he is coming, looking for the man. He's looking for whoever crosses his face. Bam. There it is. And whether it's JJ Watt or number 50 here, he's going to hit that guy, gets a hat on him, boom. And look, Derrick Henry's going to run right through that lane. All right? There it is. And number 20 don't want no parts. Look at that Olay. 20 don't want no parts, man. He don't want no parts. Watch. Let me show it to you again, then we'll look at it from the goal line view. My man makes a business decision right here. He don't want no parts. He don't want no parts of that. And that's a big man running. Big man on the loose. All right, so let's take a look at it from this angle. And, I don't know if this is a real check or if that's, if it's pre-built, Tannehill's going to kind of do his little. But check it out. One real linebacker right here in the middle. Got the other linebacker on this side. But look at it from this angle. And this is what I'm saying. Our guys are going to have to be very sound. Like, boom, this is what you want to do. They teach you this in Pop Warner, folks. Right? If you see somebody down blocking, like a lineman, or if he pulls, you shoot the gap. And when you run these type of crack box, that's what you're anticipating, right? You're anticipating getting everybody to flow this way. You're anticipating this guy shooting the gap, and then bam. You get your wham on him, and there's a seam. And then, like I said, he ain't want no parts. He ain't want no parts. See what I'm saying? We got to be sound with that. Let's go to the next one. I'm going to show you two more, guys, and then we're going to get out of here. 5 minutes and 41 seconds, second quarter. Let's get to the second quarter. 5:41. And then we'll show you the long touchdown by Derrick Henry. Where is it? What did I say? Here we go. 5:41. Check them out. You're going to see it again. Look, same thing. Once again. See? They run a lot of this. All right, here we go. We're going to look at it from this formation. This point of view. And as you can see, look. They're going to get, this time, you have a tight end right here lined up as a fullback. He's going to motion out, gets in position. And see, it's kind of like that offset, off-balance line. Because, look, he's standing off the line here. Jonnu Smith here. And watch what's going to happen. Throw it in slow-mo. Same thing. They're going to block down. Here comes Jonnu to get the wham. This time, he gets sucked in, a little too far of his own. And he leaves JJ right there. But JJ overruns it. Jonnu is still here to get a little piece of him. And then again, you got big man running. Big man is running. All right, last one. Let's get to 9:37 in the fourth quarter. This was huge. This is what we cannot have, folks. Cannot have this. We cannot have this. Oh, no, this ain't it. Wait, I might have my times wrong. 9:37. Here we go. We can't have this, folks. We just simply can't have this. Well, watch what's going to happen. Watch how he was able to get this. There go Tannehill again with his little, probably a false check right there. Everybody gets sucked inside, man. And then big man is running. Look at the big boy. Big boy pulling away. Woo! That's not fair. That's not supposed to happen. That man is huge. Like Tomlin said, that's like Bud Dupree running the football. So let's look at it in slow motion so you guys can see what happened here. All of these guys are going to collapse the middle. And I guess maybe they figure, where they are on the field, that it's just going to be like a straight dive, or, you know what I mean? And everybody's going to kind of converge to the middle. Well, let's see it here. All right, said hut. Boom. Straight up blocking. And Henry breaks it to the left. Bounces back to the right. And again, you create this muddle right here. And that's it. There's nobody there to fill a void. Look, my man right here got sucked in. Watch 41. 41, he gets sucked in a bit. He's kind of frozen because he's watching Henry. Thinks he's going inside. And that's all it took. He scraped to the right. Couldn't get back to the left. It's over. Derrick Henry sticks his foot in the ground. These boys don't want no parts. They don't want none. And it's a house call. So, clearly, guys, what I have shown you here, man, sound gap integrity is going to help us possibly, get a win against the Titans. We got to limit Derrick Henry. We've seen games where Derrick Henry didn't have a whole lot of success. We have seen those games where we're going to have to come out with a plan to neutralize him. The same way we did against the Giants. Not really fair to compare that because the Giants don't have the best offensive line, but we're going to have a mentality of being very, very physical with these guys at the point of attack. We're going to have to win the line of scrimmage and make, Derrick Henry, start going backwards first and then trying to find a hole. But if they get clean blocks, hat on the hat, could be a long game for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But that's just it. That's my keys to victory, man. Sound defense, gap integrity, stay on top of the run. The run will help control play action, and on play action, don't bite extremely hard. Play very disciplined, and that's it. But again, I feel like our offense, will be able to move the ball against their defense. I don't see anything in their defense that makes me feel like that we can't move the ball the way we have on some of the other defenses we've played. The Titans might be slightly better. I don't know, but, kind of looking at them against the Texans, the Texans was getting some moments where they were starting to have their way. Even running the football, they had some moments, and again, over the top. So I think if we can look at that film and attack them the same way, I don't think we'll have too much problem offensively. But we're going to have to play ball control with these guys, man. Try to chew this clock up. And again, that's going to help make them more one-dimensional as well. So that's all I got. But let me take a look, man, at what you guys have in the chat, and then we'll get out of here. We'll spend maybe about 3 minutes here. Almost at the 30-minute mark. Didn't want to take this long, but it did. Eplin Dirk says, taking an L for sure. Defense can't stop them. Who you talking about? The Steelers? Well, whoever you're talking about. Okay. Thanks for your opinion. I don't know if he's referring to the Steelers or the Titans, but not sure there. Jose Santiago says, isn't the Steelers defense missing one of their main pieces with a torn ACL? Yes, they are. Devin Bush is out. So again, that's going to be a key component as well, man. The only favorable part is the guys who would have to help replace him are better at run defending than they are pass, covering. So maybe we won't miss Bush as much, but we're definitely going to miss him. No doubt about it. Maurice Ware says, we got this with the offense we got, and the offense put pressure on them to score. Hopefully, we'll see. Steeler Car says, Titans corners are garbage, going to get exposed by our receivers. Yeah, I said that earlier, man. Their defense, yeah. I think we have some very, very, very favorable matchups against that their defense there. Definitely going to miss Bush, man, Cameron. I agree with you 100% there. We're going to miss him. And forgot to mention that, Kenyon. I actually had that in my notes. Isn't that funny? Jordan Berry is back, folks. Cole Quit is out the door. Let's see what else y'all got. Okay, this one person here just comes in and types coronavirus. All right, whatever that means. God bless you, sir. Kobe Brooks says, Mike Hilton out for guys too. Yeah, man, Mike Hilton, that loss is going to hurt. Keith R says, Bud is going to eat on that backup. Write it down. Okay, I hope you're right, sir. What else y'all got? Give me 2 more, man, then I'm out of here. Give me 1 or 2 more so I can get up out of here, man. All right, I guess we'll start the countdown right now. So, guys, hope you guys have a great night. If you haven't already, make sure you do this for me, man. Go ahead and subscribe, cut on your notifications, hit that like button. It don't cost you nothing to do that. Nothing at all. Make sure you stick around for tomorrow, man, because I will be back right after the game, post-game show, to give my immediate gut reactions, and I'll be taking phone calls at that time. So the number that you see on the screen for you newcomers, that's for the post-game show and the Turbo Towel Tuesday show. We don't take calls on this particular show, the pregame, but make sure you stick around for that. And hopefully, guys, tomorrow we're talking about a win. And listen, however it goes, to be honest, I'm still proud of this team right now. You know, at 5-0 and potentially 6-0 or 5-1 at worst, I'm still looking at this team as okay. And again, I always say it takes about 6 games for me to know what this team is. So what a game for me to see tomorrow as the 6th game to really determine what this team is, right? Very interesting. So I can't wait either way, man. And I can't wait to, you know, either be celebrating a win or it's a close game and I see the inconsistencies with us, or we get blown out and we see the glaring holes. So either way, I'm cool. Definitely hoping we get the victory, man. But like I said, you know, sitting at 5-0, it is what it is. If we drop one, we do. If we don't, we don't. So there you have it. But outside of that, guys, I hope everybody is well, man. I hope you guys have a great night. Whatever you got going on the rest of the night, I hope you enjoyed. I thank you all for coming in, man. Had a lot of participation here as far as the chat, a lot of viewers. Surprised at the viewership that we got tonight for this show, which only means that things are growing. So I appreciate that. But again, let me stop yapping. Let me get off here. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Let's see what we got. It's going to kick off at Nissan Stadium in Tennessee at 1 p.m., which I don't know why they didn't flex that game. But at least we get it out the way early. All right, man. Thanks for coming through. Appreciate you guys tuning in. God bless. Good night. And again, thanks for tuning in to the Steeler Report. See you guys tomorrow. Peace.